I love it.
And then Peter's like, oh, you need to be their hero. Blah. And I'm like, okay.
Peter's just trying to be like a friend matchmaker because he's like, Sav is lonely.
Yeah. And then apparently Peter drops a line of like, I need to go study for university. And I'm like, where the fuck do you go to school? I don't think it was established that you went to university, but good for you, I guess.
Not, but sure. Where's Spinner?
I don't know. I miss him. Yeah, why doesn't Spinner work at the Dot anymore? I guess he's just often being married to Emma now. And then Sav sells a ticket to Bianca like immediately for $200. Because that's how much the taillight thing is going to cost. Oh yeah, Eli's like, I can replace the taillight, like your dad won't even know, whatever. And then Fiona is trying to buy companionship with Holly J and her therapist.
And her therapist, but she says to her therapist, I don't need to buy Holly J. She already owes me, which is like, not great.
Yeah.
And she's just really lonely, and
she's
it's
very,
sad.
very lonely. Yeah. And then Jenna's like working out in the gym.
And she's complaining about how few calories she's burned. She's
like, you've only been doing this for 15 minutes.
Seriously, girl, have you never been to a gym before? 15 minutes is going to do fuck all.
Like, she's on the elliptical, and Casey walks by and is like, ooh, you want to spot me? Because he's about to, like, lift weights or whatever. And then she looks down.
Boys are dumb.
And she's like, only 120 calories? What? And she's like, I've been doing this for, like, 15 minutes. And Casey's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's actually not bad for, like, 15 minutes.
Especially on an elliptical.
On an elliptical, especially, yeah.
I hate ellipticals.
And then
they're like notoriously useless.
Yeah. I don't trust them.
Me neither.
I'm like, is it just like momentum carrying me and making me feel like I'm doing things? I feel like I've heard that that's what ellipticals do.
A lot of it is that, unless you have like a really high resistance.
Yeah.
But like I read that like if you're gonna do like some form of cardio that isn't like where you're actually keeping track of like how much resistance and stuff you do, you should just be on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's like physically forcing you to move.
Exactly. That's why I like running on treadmills.
Exactly.
So it makes me exercise.
Forces. It's perfect.
And then
Casey is like, I was wondering if you'd be Miss December or whatever, and
Jenna's like, why? Because I'd be a good Santa. And he's like, no, I thought you'd be like a sexy elf. I don't know.
And as she's like storming off, he goes, I just really like Christmas, which I was like really endeared towards. Actually, I was like, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah. And then we're with Eli and Adam and Sav, and I guess the taillight's fixed, and someone says something, and Adam is like, that's what my ex-girlfriend said, and they're all like, ew, what? Why did you say that? It was like a that's what she said kind of a joke.
Yeah.
And they're like, ew, dude, what are you doing?
Overcompensating, clearly.
And then I don't remember what else happens, but then he goes, booyah! And then Eli's like, dude, who are you?
They're just like giving Adam so much shit in like a loving like bros kind of way, and I enjoy it.
Yeah. And then they're like, so Sav, like, how are we getting to the concert? Like, are you going to go? Like, are you going to drive your car? Like, how can you give us a ride? And like, they're playing like the hero worship card. And
also,
Sav
we
is
learn.
like, I will go.
Also, we learn that hers name is Morty, which is hilarious.
Right.
But also, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
There's a flaw in this entire goddamn episode. And that flaw, well, there are several. But the biggest thing that like stood out to me is, why are they so insistent on borrowing
Sav's dad's car?
truck?
I don't know.
Because
Eli has a fucking car.
Eli has a car that would fit them all in it.
I don't understand. I don't know. I think he says that at the end. He's like, you had a car the whole time? And they just never explain it.
They just never explain it.
He's never like, oh, my dad
because when they do talk about it, they like, but he doesn't even say that. He's like, you guys had me do a thing that both of you were too chicken to do.
Yeah.
Like, we just completely blow past the fact that Eli has a fucking car.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I know, I was saying, like, we didn't even get a bullshit, like, oh, my dad needed an excuse.
Nothing.
It was just like nothing. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, let's do it. And then we're like in the media immersion room, and Miss O is loving Jenna's song. And
which I thought, I was like, that's kind of inappropriate. Like, there's no like harm in it. I was just like, this is kind of like, it's just a little weird. I don't know.
And then I don't really remember what else happened in this scene. I think Jenna's just like, I'm so fat. I don't know. And then Fiona is out shopping, and then she buys a pig. That's basically what happens here. And then...
And the pig is adorable and got me through this entire episode.
Fucking Sav. So he goes to his dad, and he's like, I have you, like, we went really well. It was fine. And then he's like, can I please go to this concert? And his dad is like, yes, like, I haven't looked at the car yet, but, like, I assume everything's in order. Like, you did a good job. And then, like, did anything go wrong? And I'm like, Sav, just fucking don't say anything. You fixed the tail light. He's probably not going to notice. And even if he is, he's not going to notice until tomorrow because he's going to let you go to the concert. Why are you? And then he's like, well, actually, the tail light broke, but I fixed it. And he's like, you're so irresponsible. You can't go. And I'm like, Sam, you're a fucking idiot.
You did this to yourself, you dummy.
You're a stupid, stupid boy.
Ugh.
And then we see Bianca trying to buy, like, weed off the street, and she's like, I know oregano when I smell it.
I think this is the only point in which so in our last episode, I was like, I like Bianca, and I think I realized why I like Bianca, and it's just this one scene of her being like, I know oregano, and she also, just because I'm like, this is amazing, but also my favorite line she says immediately after that, as the guy's walking away, is, you severely underestimate my love of the food court. And I was like, okay, perfect.
And then Jenna,
or was it the Food Network? It might have been the Food Network.
I don't know. And then Jenna's like, so I have this friend who, like, wants those pills you were talking about. And Bianca's like, all right, well, does your friend know that they're for only obese people and about the side effects? She's like, yeah, I got it. Like, she's like, all right, like, meet me later to buy these pills. And then Sav is like, all right, we're just going to steal my dad's car. And then part 2 starts, and he's like, actually, we're just going to make up an excuse so we can steal my dad's car.
It's just dumb.
And he buys his parents, like, tickets to, like, a double-billed Bollywood night thing.
And also, like, you need wait. All right, so the whole thing was, like, the reason that they did the double bill thing is they were like, we're going to need at least 4 hours. You've never been to a concert before. Like, between, like, traffic to and from, especially if you're driving from the concert, and then there's opening act, and then there's encores, and you have backstage passes. You need, like, way more than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, the band plays for 2. And then there's the opener, and then there's time between the opener and the band.
And if you have backstage passes, that's like a whole other thing.
Then you're going backstage. It doesn't just mean you're standing behind the stage, which I think is what Degrassi is trying to make us think.
Yeah, no. But then, then this is when Allie has that dumb teal skirt that's like goes out.
Allie needs to dress better. I'm very disappointed in her.
They're in the classroom, and Casey got Jenna an eggy bacon boy with cheese or whatever. It's like an egg McMuffin.
Yeah, it's a dumb name for a thing, though.
And Jenna, like, takes a bite and then feels very guilty and then takes a diet pill, and it's all right, slippery slope. And then we're in Mr. Perino's class, and he's giving them an assignment.
There's also a very pointed Photoshop, like, lecture at the beginning of the class. They're talking about Photoshop. I was like, okay.
And then Mr. Perino is like, you can do this by yourself or with a group. And then Holly J's like, all right, Fiona, want to work on this? And she's like, nope. And she's like, what are you talking about? And then we see that she brought her fucking pig to school. And her name is Porcelina, and she's wearing a beret, and I love her.
I love her so much.
And Mr. Perino's like, yeah, you got to go home and take the pig home because you can't take a pig to school, you crazy person.
Although, I don't know if I've ever told you this anecdote. When I was in high school, this guy that I was, like, kind of friends with came into our photo class, like, with something in his shirt. And we were like, what's going on, Steve? And he just pulls out a tiny baby kitten.
Oh.
And he was like, I didn't want to leave him home alone.
Oh, no.
So he brought him. His name was Boo Radley. And he brought him. And my photo teacher was like, you can't have a cat here. And he was like, well. And she was like, close the door. So we all just played with the kitten for the entire class. Just like he was just on the table. Little baby Boo Radley.
Oh my God.
The sweetest little boy. Just like being a sweet little boy. And I just like, oh my God, he was so cute. He was so cute.
I want a cat so bad.
Oh, me too. I'm going to end up with more dogs.
I probably will cut this up, but have you been watching Steve's Instagram stories of his kitties?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I love the kitties.
I'm
going to end up with more dogs, aren't I?
Fuck that shit. But then we are with Jenna and Anya, and they're like in the gym working out again. And Jenna like weighs herself, and she's like, "Hey, Anya, good news! I lost 3 pounds and already. Like by next week, like my uniform will fit great." And Anya's like, "It's probably just water weight, though." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, Anya."
Jesus, Anya. She is brutally honest.
And then is very suspicious of Jenna's weight loss pills, but like not concerned enough. And Jenna's like, short-term pain for long-term gain. And she's like, what about those side effects though? She's like, I'm going to do it anyway. And then Anya's like, all right, whatever, you crazy, silly person.
Although, to be fair, Anya and Jenna are not friends, and Anya doesn't owe her anything. So I was like, all right. Because at first I was like, wow, Anya, like, way to not give a shit. And I was like, well, also they're not friends.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then Stav is like stealing his mom keys and is like, guess what? I got you Bollywood passes. And his dad is like, what do you want? Like, why are you doing this?
And he was like, what clever ruse is this? Which I need to start using ruse more.
And then Stav was like, no. This is a thank you. And like kind of talks his way out of it. And he's like, all right, great. I love Bollywood.
Pretty much. And they're like, we trust you. Like, oh. God, famous last words.
And then Eli and Adam and Sav like stake out the car and its parking spot and like make markings with chalk and cones to make sure that it's like will be exactly parked in the right space when they get back. And I'm like, oh, it's all for naught, you guys.
It's all for naught.
And then
also they call him a chicken and he caves immediately.
Yeah, he caves to peer pressure like almost always and immediately
without fail.
And
then we're with Fiona,
who's doing a Porcelina photo shoot,
which is just really all I wanted to see.
And
those
I love
photos.
her little hat and her. Are they wearing matching outfits?
They are wearing matching outfits.
And then Fiona steps in Porcelina poop, and it's gross. And she's like, "Ugh, I thought you were house trained." And I'm like, "No, that's kind of your job." And then that's the end of that.
And also, there's this crazy song about being popular playing in, in the background, weird. And I'm like, "What is happening?"
And then.
Also,
then we're at the concert.
Wait, can we just also say that Fiona is drinking a bottle of champagne by herself?
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Like, I get that she has a different life, but also she's 17 and this looks like a problem.
Yeah, probably. And then we're at the concert and Bianca's fucked up. And
Bianca, like, maybe I half like Bianca because I feel like Bianca was a little bit
like Baby Kelsey.
Baby Kelsey had a reoccurrence this weekend because she went to New Jersey for a party. And so watching Bianca, I was like, oh, Bianca.
Hit me.
I feel you, girl.
And then we're with Jenna and Shantae. And Shantae's like, you're going to be on the cover of the calendar. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Wouldn't all of you be on the cover of the calendar?
Also, and then they do, I'll bring it up later, but like then
they're talking about this will be on the cover, and it's all of them doing like a pyramid.
The pyramid. They're like, Jenna's at the top. But so then she's not the cover. They're all the cover. She's just at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Oh, and then they do like this cryptic, our little secret thing. I don't know. Because like, Shantae is like, it'll be our little secret.
No, because like it's because Jenna's eating chips at her locker. Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. But then like she's like looking at the diet pills and is like cryptically like, yeah, our little secret.
Yeah. And then we're back at the concert and like it's like ending and Bianca lost Ron and needs to ride home. But first there's an encore and they're like, oh, well, we have to stay for that.
I assumed that Bianca was going to vomit in his car. That was I was trying to predict, and I was like, maybe she'll just throw up in his car. Because at first I was like, oh, they're definitely going to think the car is stolen and report it missing. Oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, well, Bianca's here for some reason. So maybe they're going to go like way more low stakes.
Nope, they like went for like everything.
They just did it all.
And then they leave and Sav like doesn't want to speed, but peer pressure. And then he's obviously getting pulled over. And Bianca's like, I can't get busted for underage drinking again. And
Bianca.
And then we're back at, Also, is Spirit Squad practicing just like at nighttime by doing this? Because it's happening at the same time as this concert.
I
Like,
guess.
what time is it?
I don't know. It seems like it's late. Also, can we just say that band really sucks?
Oh, it was really bad.
They're not good.
Oh, it was so bad. And they were like singing one of their songs in the car with no music on the way back home.
music.
I'm like, okay.
All right, guys.